Hey guys, so today I thought I'd give you a little tour of my bedroom, go over some of the stuff I've collected over the years, and just, I don't know, give you guys a old school sort of room tour. Let's go. I don't know. I never know how to transition this. I'm not a YouTuber. So I thought maybe I would start with this corner here. This is my computer setup. I don't have anything fancy. It's just like a simple Dell Inspiron desktop, but this is sort of where I keep my computer. I don't really have, like, obviously a computer chair for it, but this couch works just as good. My cat's on it right now, so. Over here is where I keep my Fire Wizard tapestry. I got this bad boy off Amazon, like back during the Rona, just because I wanted another blanket, but then with this sort of material, it likes to fall apart easily, so I'm like, oh, I'll just keep it up on the wall, plus it fills in like the white space that would be there normally. On my chair, I just like to keep a couple little plushies. I've got my Beetlejuice, Sandworm, I have this Next Generation teddy bear I found at a thrift store a couple years back. My mom gifted me this fake cat pillow. Sometimes it's a little scary because I think it's a real cat, but then I'm like, oh wait, it's not real, it's just a pillow. My sister crocheted this mushroom, and I sort of just keep that like a pillow. Alright, back here is where I keep my authentic 1983, I think it is, Duran Duran fan club poster. I sort of got it recently off eBay. I was like really happy to find it. Up there, I just have a random cat painting in a frame that I found at a thrift store. I was originally just gonna keep the frame and get rid of the picture, but then it looks like in the corner it's titled Harry. That's not the artist. The artist is on the other side, but my cat is also named Harry, so I think that's kind of interesting. Up here at the top, I've got this sort of Chinese lantern, and I think it sort of ties the blue color in with my blue and red color palette. Alright, so moving on beside the couch, this is where I keep my figures. This is my figure shelf. Alright, I've tried to set up the lighting so that it's well lit. I live in Oregon and, you know, the weather's whack, so it's like I can never get good lighting. But anyway, here at the top is where I keep my custom Dark Crystal Urskek figure. Next to him, I have my Jen resin sculpture that I created in my last video. Beside them, I keep my Oscar Rose of Versailles prize figure. Next to her, I've got my salt lamp, which was a gift from my sister. I have my Herbert West NECA Toonie Terrors, I think is what this line is called, and I customized him with some enhanced blood. Below them is where I keep most of my like Funko Pops here. I've got a Captain Jack Sparrow Q Posket there in the back. I have Wei Wu Shen and Lan Wangji acrylic stand. I've got this sort of I don't know what they call these, like prayer candles, Holy Santos sort of the deal, except it's Reanimator themed, my brother got for me. In the back, I'm really into like the salt girl from the Morton Salt Company. She's like their mascot. And so I have a bunch of her merchandise, but I had to pick up the Funko. In the front, I've had this Once Upon a Time Rumpelstiltskin Funko for probably like the longest out of any of these things in my collection or even in my room. I think I got him for my birthday as a present, but I might have just picked him up. Here in front, we got Samwise from a blind bag. But next to him, I've got He-Man's Orko. I really like this pop. Obviously, I customized the eyes because otherwise they would be like cold, dead, yellow circles, and I thought that was really creepy. So I put my own little shiny eyes in there. Beside him, I've got the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance Skekra and Ergo 2-piece set. I think this was a Target exclusive, and my friend at the time got these for me, and I love them very much. I customized their eyes as well. I tried to find colors that matched the plastic already, and I think they turned out pretty good. Next to them, I've got the, let's see if I can remember this properly. It's the Hot Toys Cos Baby Doc Ock. And then behind him, I've just got this little collector figure. I don't know the company that makes it, but it's Bishop from Aliens. On my next shelf, I keep just sort of random other miscellaneous items. This is my work in progress Herbert West like Nendoroid doll. There's a few more customizations I want to do to this faceplate, but he's almost done. Beside him, I've got another Funko Pop. This is the Astro Boy. I try not to collect Funko Pops really, but sometimes they do release a character that like no one else does. Not in this case though, there's a bunch of different Astro Boy figures, but this one I thought was pretty sick because it's got the dual, like his inside and his outside. Next to him, I've got Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji. They came with these little bamboo cup things that they sit inside, but I like their outfits on display, so I don't put them inside the little cups. Behind them, I've got the tombstone from Beetlejuice. I picked that up from Spirit Halloween. And in front, we just got a Beetlejuice tin. This is sort of like a pointless purchase, you know, because I don't really have anything to do with, I don't have like anything to do with it. Like it just sort of is on display. But back, I think it was like in Fangoria magazine, there was like a Beetlejuice promotional spread and they used these images. So I'm like, I think that's pretty sick that they went back and they used old promo from the first Beetlejuice movie to promote Beetlejuice, which I still haven't seen, but anyway, that doesn't really matter. But okay, so in the back I have my custom Shrinky Dink, Moomin, and Snufkin standee, and then in front I've got my Ghoulia PVC figure, and next to her I've got my Beetlejuice and Jacques. I think this was a Burger King prize. I found this at the thrift store. It was only like 25 cents, I think, years ago. And I know, I feel like they go for more now. So I'm pretty proud that I found that. And then the next shelf is sort of where I keep just plushies and things. I've got this Alf that I also got years ago. I think he's also a Burger King toy from the 80s. My Puffin was a gift from my mom. I picked this up from work. My sister made this. Oh my god. And then I've got this Slam Fist from Small Soldiers in the front. And then my sister got me this owl. And then at the very bottom is where I keep my very small VHS collection. I picked these up from the thrift store. Pretty much all of them together as a set. It was like $6 for all of these, and I couldn't pass that up. I also am slowly working on collecting every season of Lost just through thrift store hunting alone. So like obviously it'd be easier to collect this stuff through like eBay and stuff like that, but I have to maintain some self-control, so I only pick this stuff up when it's at a thrift store. Right here I've got a Roger Rabbit. It's like really faded cover, but it's like a 2-disc special edition. I found this for free at my school. We had like a free bin, and it comes with like this like post. I don't know. It's really sick, but I don't know. Someone left it out in the sun or something because the cover is not right. I have 2 copies of the Dark Crystal because 1 is never enough, and I have a few episodes of Once Upon a Time. I have the Downton Abbey movie, which I think this was a gift from my mom. And then I've got the Independence Day, I don't know, special edition DVD. I also have it on VHS. Alright, so next to my figure shelf is where I keep my books, so we could just go through those. I don't have that many because I try to keep it under control. Like honestly, I could end up with so many more books, but I don't want to have a bunch of things just sitting around that I don't use all the time, but I'll show you some exceptions that I have here. At the very top, I have this geisha figure. This was a gift from my grandmother years ago. I've got this Deep Space Nine Defiant that I picked up from Walmart. This was like not a garage. They're called garage kits. I don't know. It was like a kit, so I put that together and painted it. Same with this Odo. I'm not sure if you can still find this figure. I got it as a gift years ago, and I like painted him and had to glue him together. He is holding poor Smeagol with the One Ring that he confiscated from him. And next to him I keep, I got this Lord Krug cup from Search for Spock. That was a gift as well. And then in the front I've got my Borg. Anyway, but in the back is a Borg sphere. And both of these these are random like thrift store finds. And then the shelf below it is where I keep all my Star Trek memorabilia and books. So this one here, I really like this one. It's the Star Trek. Got this thing. This was a gift from my sister. I'm not sure what it is exactly. It's like, I think you would collect inserts for this at various conventions. And you just kind of need to like collect all these little like binder inserts. But I found a couple on eBay that I don't have yet in this that I might pick up. But again, like I'm trying not to buy too many things. I've got the Jeffrey Combs interview edition of Star Trek magazine. I've got the Deep Space Nine technical manual, a couple Star Trek magazines. I don't have very many. It's usually just what I find at the store is what I tend to pick up. So usually these are like all thrift store, except this one I did specifically find off eBay. This is a gift from my brother's girlfriend. I also have the Star Trek cookbook. That was also a gift. I have Star Trek Aliens and Artifacts, which is sort of like the special effects behind the scenes. In the front here is my custom Brunt figure that I finished recently. I'll set him like right here for now. So behind him is where I keep a few of my Voyager novels. I don't really collect Voyager specifically, but these ones I thought were worthy of keeping my collection. I also have IQ, which is a Next Generation novel. I think it's pretty good. It's actually co-written by John Delancey, and it's very in character. It's funny. This one has Janeway's backstory in it, in case you wanted the extended lore. It's actually written by Jerry Taylor, who is one of the creators of Voyager. Okay, everything's falling. 1 second. Okay, we're back. I'm gonna keep them right here. So I have these two Deep Space Nine novels. We got Enigma Tales, which I highly recommend. It's really good. This one was a gift. And then I think this one next to it's also a gift. It's one of those like post-series novels that I feel more like fan fiction because they have all these original characters in them, and it's like I kind of don't care. But I believe it was a gift, so I have to keep it. These are my numbered, I don't know what to call these, the numbered DS9 novels. I have, so you see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of them don't have a number, like this one Warped, but it falls in line between Captain's Table and Heart of the Warrior. So I don't read a lot personally, but I do read the Star Trek novels, and I want to collect every single one of them through thrift only. I've never really gone out and bought one of these specifically. They were all thrifted, but there's a few that I haven't been able to find that I think I will have to go and buy, which I'm a little bummed about, but it's fine. I got this weird set of Deep Space Nine figures that, okay, these ones wanted to fall down. We got Quark and O'Brien. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep him here. I just found them randomly at, we have this store in like I found them at a local like gift shop. I don't know why they were in there. And then I have these two Hallmark sort of chibi figures of Janeway and Seven of Nine. These co-belong to my sister because she paid for half of them and then I paid for half of them. So we both sort of co-own them, but I keep them here in my room. And then below the Star Trek shelf, we go into a bit of a different theme. So on this side, I like to keep sort of vintage books. I've got this Edgar Allan Poe. It's one of my favorite editions. It's got like illustrations in it. It's got a cool checkered cover. I've got this Japanese to English translation book. I've got a Marco Polo book, another Poe. This is a Hawaiian language book that my dad got me. I got Wizard of Oz. This exploration through space is sort of like a hypothetical what living on the moon would have been like. So it's more like, it's more non-fiction. And then we got The Borrowers. And then next to that, I just have like a little notebook my sister got me. Here is where we go into my Lord of the Rings slash The Hobbit Tolkien section. I've got this box set of cassette. I haven't listened to them yet, but these came out before the movie. I think it's from like the 60s or 50s or 60s, something like that. And then up here I've got the Silmarillion. I have an edition of the Fellowship of the Ring, so like the little pocket version. I have The Hobbit. I have Lost Tales. I think this one was a gift. I haven't had time to read it yet. I have this special edition DVD of The Two Towers, which comes in this really cool box. I think I got this at the thrift store for really cheap, and I've been waiting to sort of collect the other editions, but like when you go to look at things specifically on eBay, they're usually going to cost a lot more than when you just happen to find something at the thrift store. So that's why I mainly have this thrift store stuff. I've got this edition of The Hobbit, and then I've got a hardcover Two Towers. I like these ones because they have like images from the movie on them. Anything that's connected to the movies, I kind of prefer. I mean, pre-movie is fine, but I've got a Lord of the Rings Newsweek magazine, which I don't remember if I bought that or that was a gift as well. I've got this Recipes of Tolkien from Costco. If you're a Costco shopper, you probably recognize this. Unofficial cookbook. Then at the end I just have an Encyclopedia Britannica. Below that is where I keep just my other random books. I've got some manga here. So next to the manga I have a Stephen King It novel. I like it because it's got like the Tim Curry clown on the cover. And then I have a small collection of alien abduction novels. I have Witnessed, Intruders, and The Secret School. I think alien abduction stories are really interesting. So whenever I find one, which is kind of, I don't know, I feel like they're kind of rare to find. I have an X-Files novel, Skin, which I'm currently reading. I haven't quite finished it yet. I have a small collection here of Reanimator stuff. So this is a DVD set. I got it specifically because it came with the little syringe. I keep Nendoroid Herbert with the syringe, but I have the novelization and then DVD of Fortress, where Jeffrey Combs plays in Fortress. So I keep that all together, but it'll find a different home. I've got the novelization of the Constantine movie with Keanu Reeves, Jurassic Park. This Muppets Phantom of the Opera was a gift from my mom. I just liked this book's cover, so I just keep it. I haven't really read it, but I don't know, it's just in here. I've got 2 season guides for the X-Files. I got season, which one is this? 3. Season 3 and season 4, I think. And then just some other hardcover books at the end. I keep some sketchbooks here that I'm currently working on. I have I've got a small little CD collection here. Most of these are empty because I keep the CDs in my car. It has a CD player, so I like to keep the cases here. So next to the CDs, I have a collection of comics. I got some Wonder Woman from the 80s. I've got, I got Venom issue 1. It's kind of cool, holographic. I got a bunch of like the Dark Crystal comics, but I think they're all kind of like, they're like out of order. I've got this Lost episode guide. I've got a Supernatural Entertainment Weekly because the show was coming to an end, so they wanted to do like a recap for it. And then I've got this Back to the Future book. And then here at the end I've got 1 volume of Japanese animage, I don't know. I've got The Making of Alien, which this one is also kind of like my sister's book as well. We just sort of, I don't know, I just keep it in here. And then I have the Make a Mind art book, which is a birthday gift years ago. It's one of my favorite books I own because I really love the Make a Mind movie. And then back here in the corner, I keep just a collection of like random fake swords. Like I've got Sting. At the very bottom, I've got a few games. I just have the Dark Crystal board game. That was a gift. And then I've got Lost, the game that I found at the thrift store. I've got like this visual book from He-Man, like the original show. I really like the artwork in the original, like the toy boxes and stuff. And then I keep like, I don't know, personal folders. I've got my Pokemon card game book here. So yeah, that was my bookshelf. And then next to that is my door. I've got like a full body mirror. I've got one of these like Trader Joe's bags. Just this is where I keep my purses that I'm not using right now. I've got this Star Trek one. I've got this random picture of a cat my sister got me. And then just the closet. It's kind of messy right now, but I just keep like my Hawaiian shirts in there, sweatshirts, and then my dad keeps his clothes on this side. So above the closet, I got this sort of string situation going on, and I just sort of put like stickers, clothing tags, just kind of, I don't know, anything. And I try to keep it like color coordinated, but. And then beside the closet is my, I don't know what they call this, like the accent wall or whatever. So we'll get into that. All right, so down here is where I keep my quilting stuff because I'm making a quilt right now. Hanging off the side of this cabinet is my yukata kimono, which back when I was more of a weeb, I would wear that more often, but right now it's just for display. So beside that, I've got this little moon dangly my sister got me. And then I've got these two posters from the local mushroom event that goes on every year. Above that, I've got my original painting of my characters in clown jester costumes. I've got this hot air balloon plate, which was also a gift. I was kind of over having a dresser, so this cabinet is my dresser now, and I just sort of keep my clothes in there. I try not to have, I don't know, I don't like having a lot of clothes, so having this sort of limits my clothes buying a bit. All right, so I just sort of put these like custom, I don't know, knobs on the door. And then right above is where I keep some figures. So these are my custom dolls. I kind of just put them up here. They used to be on top of my bookshelf, but really there's like no room up there. Behind them though, I have this print from Maxfield Parrish, who's one of my favorite artists. This is an actual patent from, I believe it's like 1916, I guess. It's like a relative of mine back in the day was like patenting something. And then in the back, an IPA box. I have my jewelry tree where I keep all my necklaces. And then I'll get down so I can show the other side. I'll be right back. All right, so I gotta step on the bed to get up here, but in the back area, I've got this original painting of Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran. And beside him, I've got another painting that I did. I did this, what do they call this? Embroidery. I did this embroidered mushroom kit myself. Found it at the thrift store. Okay, one of my best thrift finds. All right. This is a, oh man, I don't remember what they call this, but it's like a type of painting where, or drawing that's on a weird like white board and you could like scrape it and it's like black underneath. I don't remember what it's called. It's like etching or something, but not quite. Anyway, I did that. And then I did this sort of paper cutout situation of my original characters. And they're the ones I made the dolls of over there. I found this mask at the thrift store, and my sister got me this little star decoration thing from Joann's. And at the top, I got this sun and moon metal holder that this is all precariously hanging from. Below them, I have a framed portrait of a screen print I did back when I was taking a screen printing class at my community college. This frame is actually literally the worst. It's like solid glass and it's super heavy. It needs to be held up by a screw. But it's a nice space consumer, so I keep it there. And then I'm not sure how I want to do this, but this is my bed situation. So sometimes I used to have the bed over here where the computer is, but for now it's against the wall, which I do kind of like better. Here in the front, I've got these two dolls, a mutual on Tumblr made for me. as a part of an art trade. I love them very much. Behind them is this sort of custom pillowcase that I sewed myself. This blanket I made myself. It's one of these like double-sided, so it's got moons on one side and then bugs on the other. Over here I found this pillowcase at the thrift store, and I'm really bummed because I know there's like a whole set that was just butterflies, but all they had was this pillowcase. I have this mushroom pillowcase that I also made, and then I made this skull one in the back. This used to be like a garden, or what do I call it? Like outdoor seating pillow, but like it wasn't matching the vibe. Okay, so above all that, I think I'll work up and then go down. Up here at the top, I have this candle my cousin made. This was from my aunt, this little Pope guy I found at the thrift store. I keep family heirlooms and stuff in this tin. I have a collection of like feathers and dried flowers. Here I have my, I think it's a pothos. I'm not sure. My sister is better at these plants than I am. She could tell you what it is, but I think it's a pothos. Below that, this shelf is sort of a work in progress. It's not very like interesting or anything. I got this really pretty teacup as a gift, and I keep oddities in here. That I've got this sort of Holy Santos candle. This is my Wei Wu Shen Lan Wan Chi acrylic standee. I also have this Untamed. So the shelf below is where I keep one of my favorite figures. So I got the Wei Wu Shen childhood version figure. Rukia from Bleach in a pajama set figure next to him because they both have pink, so I decided to keep them together. I did this little portrait of my cat while I was away at college, and then behind all that is a portrait that my dear friend painted of me. And then on the side I just keep like perfumes and just random stuff. My plant, actually, he's gotten pretty long now. He goes all the way across. And then up here at the top in the back, my mom got me this. And then here is my cork board of my obsession. So I used to keep all this stuff in like an Ita bag, but the bag got too heavy and just too much work to carry around, and I kind of wanted to display everything in a way where I could see it all the time. These are all, well, they're all mostly Reanimator, Herbert West acrylic keychains from different sellers across Etsy. A few of these like I custom made myself, like these ones. This white one I made myself, and same with this orange one. And then all the rest I bought from different sellers, and I love all of them so much. And there's so many amazing artists, and they're always coming out with new ones. The amount of stuff on here is always changing. There's always more. There's never enough. And then next to that, moth my sister made me, so I framed it here. And then one of the pins came with this special like mini print of Herbert. And then above that is where I keep my Salt Girl Morton Salt coaster things. I made this little, I don't know, display box for them. I got this star up here, and then this is another amazing thrift find, okay, is this probably 90s era sun, moon, star wallpaper strip, and it goes really good with my blue accent wall, if I do say so myself. Below that is where I keep my Star Trek For the Voyage Home advertising poster. I really love advertising posters, actually. This one I was lucky enough to come across at the thrift store, and you know, episode 4 is like, it's the best one. It's the one with the whales. So next to that poster is I keep this Oregon Country Fair newspaper print poster, and I have another one of these, but because of my dresser situation, it takes up all the wall space, so we just have this one out here. I might change this because it's really yellowing pretty bad. It's from 2014, so maybe it's not too terrible. Like the color is still there, but I don't know, it could be better. Next to that, I have my IKEA moon that I found at the thrift store, and then above that is this cat portrait that came from my aunt's house. Besides that is this sort of jewelry bead hanger that I made a while back, which is pretty fun. I want to make another one, but takes a lot of work. So then on this side, on the final wall, is my Dead Man Walking poster. It is ginormous, but it fits this space really nicely. All right, so I closed that curtain there. And then I've got this trailing garland of stars that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I think it's supposed to be like a Christmas decoration, but it doesn't have to be Christmas, you know what I'm saying? So on this side, I've got this little like craft-made, handmade lay, like Saturn. It's supposed to, and then down below, behind the curtain, I've got this, I've got these two like giant album cover poster board things. I got this one, Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros Persona, and then I have Cage the Elephants Tell Me I'm Pretty in the back there, but this one has some damage on it because it did get bent in half during the move, and then also my cat scratched it up. I don't know why he did that, but so yeah, that was basically all.